Good afternoon, kids. Dad here. It is Tuesday, May the 5th, 2026, 12:52 p.m. Forgive me again being a little bit sweaty. Just finished a 4-mile run. Just a short one today, because that puts me at over 21 miles in the month of May here. So I had 17 and change going into today. Didn't want to do the mileage. My knee still hurt from Sunday's 10-miler. So anyhow, yesterday I reflected on how it was not a great day, right? Um, I was frustrated yesterday. I was stressed. I was irritable, restless, discontent, and I was working through my exercises to try and break out of that. Right, doing some exercise, some physical exercise, attending to a meeting, praying, but I still just couldn't shake that funk all day. And by this morning, I did. And you know what got me? You know what got me there? Gratitude. I forgot gratitude yesterday. Oh, I hate when I do that, when I forget something I should know, because I practice it every single week, every single Sunday. So I'm going to talk about gratitude a little bit, and I'm going to bore you because I'm going to go down a list of names. And this is Dad's gratitude list. Dad keeps a physical list of names, 43 names long, currently and growing, that I keep on my computer. It's my gratitude list. Every Sunday, I go down those names. And these are people who've done things for me starting in June of 2023 that have changed the trajectory of my life or meant a lot to me, and I will never be able to repay them. So I'm going to go through a select handful. I'm going to run down the list, and there might be a few I skip, but I'm going to give you kids a list of names. And these are people that I'm deeply grateful to have in my life. Number one, Rick Hockner, my mentor. Next one, Joanna Mason. I know it's Joanna Shakir, old NCO, one of the best NCOs I ever had. Alan Hill of the Eagle Group. Darren Moen, guy I used to work with at Thomson Reuters, Army National Guard guy. Kid named Nick Ron. I've done a video about Nick Ron before with Warriors Next Adventure. Lady named Michelle from Roseville. She's down in Florida now. Ask me about her someday. Greg Wofill, again, Warriors Next Adventure guy. Josh Turner. He's on my list twice, actually, surprisingly. Josh Turner. Knew him from Warriors Next Adventure. That's how I met him. Coach Fabio Jiu-Jitsu. I did a video, just shout out to him one time. James Sander. Old sergeant, friend of mine from the Army Reserves. Joel, a guy named Joel K. in Rosemount with the Warrior 196 5K. Jean Harriman. She was one of those gals when I was having those phone calls with you. When I was able to have those, was helping make those happen. Therapist by the name of Scott. Drew did a real nice act of kindness for me. You know, Uncle Drew. Seth, you got on my list too for something. A guy named Jake from the Sons of the American Legion. A guy named Paul Davis from Project Got Your Back. A guy named Jeff from an organization called Sofas for Soldiers. Jeff, he was an old Army Green Beret guy. A guy named Nate used to live next to him in the apartment with him in Egan, in the apartment next to his. He did me a huge favor one time that I can never repay. Big time guy here. I did a video referencing him, a guy named Larry Wall. He let me live with him for a couple months in a little over a year ago. A guy named Mark Edelson. He's one of the coolest car mechanics in the Twin Cities, and he's world class at it. If you have a $50,000 sound system you want to drop into a $500,000 car, he's your guy. A guy named Tim Murray. He runs Trinity Sober Homes and Bravo Zulu House. A guy named Ryan Reichert. He's a Army Ranger, retired Army Ranger colonel. A guy named Brian C. He gave me a really touching housewarming gift back about a year ago today, actually. guy named Tom Huberty. He was, he's a good mentor, great man. He gave me $50 about a year ago to help me get to a conference, an educational seminar kind of conference. I wouldn't be able to make it without him helping me out with some gas money at the time. A guy named Rob Hamilton. He invited me over to his house with a bunch of legends to have cigars about 10 months ago. A little place called De Montreville. It's a Jesuit retreat up north, just north of St. Paul. And all the people of De Montreville. They're on my gratitude list. That's where I experienced that miracle, Fiona, involving you. A gal named Kara Pinkley. Gosh, she showed up and supported me for a fundraiser event that just touched me so much. She made the list. I will forever have a place in my heart for her. A couple, Jason and Kayla. Jason T, Kayla Ann. Last October, they came to the Twin Cities to see me. We went to a worship concert. It was the coolest thing ever. Part of my spiritual awakening. Love those two. I get to talk to them every day. It's such a blessing. A guy named Doug. Doug CT. I'll just call him Doug CT. Protect his anonymity. He made a little miracle come true. And that's all I'll say about it, publicly anyways. And then again, Josh Turner for inviting me to his wedding. Let me be part of his wedding and experience his family out in Carolina. Then a couple named Joe and Catherine Broom. They're the couple who just a month ago hosted me when I was in South Carolina so I could attend Josh's wedding. They let me stay in their house with a guest room. They let me drive their car. I couldn't have afforded to go out there otherwise. I couldn't have done 4 days, 5 days in a hotel. I don't have that kind of money. So that's a select sampling of ones that jumped out from this list of 43 names. Each and every one of those people that I just read off, kids, I hope you bookmark this video when you come across it someday and ask me about each of those people. Because I could tell you, kids, probably a 20-minute story about each of them and how they've touched my life. And the wild thing is when I reflect back on each of those people, I know exactly how much they mean to me and I know exactly why. And what that does for me is I know I can never repay them for what they've done for me. The kindness, the friendship, the love that they've shown me, the support in all sorts of various ways. Can never repay that. But what I can do is I can pay it forward. I can pay it forward to you kids by being the best dad I can be. I can pay it forward to my friends, my neighbors, right? Love thy neighbor. I can pay it forward that way. And with every person I interact with, by being the best version of me, by doing whatever I can to be helpful to them, that's how I can pay it forward. To make those people maybe look back and say, you know what? I'm glad I helped out Ryan in his moment of need. And the funny thing is, a lot of these people I just listed off, they probably don't know how much they mean to me. I try and tell them, I try and show them, but I can never explain it. Because I know, if not for those people, if that list of names I just read, if those people did not exist, I would not be here today. So, they are my army of heroes that motivate me. And when I'm having a bad day, like yesterday, having the worst day I've had for whatever reasons in months and months, it was all just stuff in my head like I talked about yesterday. It's my perspective that was the issue. But when I'm in that mode, these people just going through and reflecting my gratitude for them, that's what pulls me out of it. So again, kids, gratitude lists. Make the actual list. Make an actual list of names. All I have on this list is their name, the date, so I know when I added them, and then a reason. And that reason is really short. Something like cooking supplies. Something like couch. Something like cigar invite. Something like friendship. Something like worship concert. Very, very little reasons. But I know that's just enough of a reason for me to say, oh yeah, that's why. And I know the whole story behind it. So I hope you kids make that gratitude list. I hope you kids reach out to me someday when you can. And say, hey Dad, I heard you mention picking one of those names. Ask me about them. I guarantee they would love to meet you. Each of those names I just listed would love to meet you. Because they know that you kids are my mission. And each of those are wonderful people I would love for you to meet. Anyhow, I love you kids. I've talked enough for one day. We'll see you soon.